Hi Stampers, this is Amy Whelan. Thanks so much for joining me today at amy'sinklings.com. Today I wanted to show you how to do a very quick watercolor wash using our ink pads and our Aqua Painters. So come join me. Alright, I'm going to put this aside. The first thing we're going to do is work with a piece of our shimmery white cardstock. This is excellent for watercoloring. It tends to not break up. The fibers of the paper don't break up when you watercolor, and I personally prefer this over our watercolor paper. So we're going to use our Aqua Painters, and if you look, you get 2 to a pack. And when I do a color wash like this, I do prefer the wider tip paintbrush. If I'm doing fine coloring, then I use the smaller paintbrush tip. But for this, I'm going to use the large one. And let me get a piece of scrap paper. Alright, we're going to start with Night of Navy, then move on to Island Indigo, Lost Lagoon, and then Pool Party. And what you do is you squeeze the lid of our ink pads to make an ink palette on the inside of the lid. Alright, so there's water in the barrel and you kind of twirl it around to make paint. And then I'm going to just go like that. Looks like I need some more water. I'm going to squeeze it to get more water there. There we go. And I'm going to kind of just do a quick wash like this. Okay. So again, this is Night of Navy. I'm going to take my rag and wipe off the brush. Then I'm going to go on to my Island Indigo and make another row of color. Wipe off that brush rather. Go on to my Lost Lagoon. Make another stripe of color. This really is quite simple. And I'm blending the colors together. Clean off and go to Pool Party. Now, it doesn't look like much right now. And what I've learned from experience is to let that dry a bit and come back and reapply the ink, which I'll do in just a moment. Alright, so let's put some more on. And then this time I'm just going to do a certain area. Let me get my rag back here. I'm not going to do the whole wash. I kind of want to create variation of color. Again, I think I might need to add some more water to my brush and onto the Pool Party. Okay. Now, if you look here, you see the difference between these two areas? That's because I came back a second or a third time and I only did that one area. I like that. I like seeing a defined area where there's more color applied, and that's what I'm going for. So again, you might need to wait. Here's another area. You might need to wait to let it dry to see what you have before you continue to add color. Alright, so that was number 2. It's still drying, but for the sake of the video I'm going to kind of keep on going. But you can see now you're starting to get different lines within the watercolor. To me, that's what watercolor is. So I'm going to do one more layer. And I want a dark spot of this blue. So I'm actually going to go right into that dark area. And I'm just going to go like that. See, I kind of seeped into the area where there's more Island Indigo. Now I'm going into Island Indigo and I'm just going to do that little area. Lost Lagoon. That. Go back and blend that in a little bit like that. And then Pool Party. Okay. And then we're going to let that dry completely, and you'll see when we come back how different it looks after it's dry. Alright, so I actually took my heat gun to it because, as usual, I got impatient. And now, you see, as I was adding more and more layers, I got these little outlines of color bleeding into one another, and I really like that. And so again, as I said earlier, watercoloring is very organic. You're never quite sure what you're going to get, and you really can't mess up. Now on the original card that I showed as an example, I heat embossed the greeting in black using the Botanicals for You stamp set. This is one of the celebration stamp sets you can get for free with qualifying orders right now through March 31st. So that one was heat embossed in black. This one, I really like the way the graduation of colors appeared. I just love that. I even got more of the lines than I did here. So what I did on this one was a little different. I went to the Big Shot and used my Hello You Thinlits to die cut out Hello in both Very Vanilla as well as Island Indigo, and I kind of glue those on top. So that's how I did the two of those. So the color wash is really quite easy. As you can see, you don't always get the same thing, which makes it such a treat to do, and the effect is really beautiful. So thanks again for coming by Amy's Inklings. If you don't currently have a Stampin' Up! Consultant, please reach out to me at amysinklings@gmail.com. I would love to help you get hooked up with some of your Stampin' Up! Product, especially now since we're in the middle of celebration and you can get some items for free. If you're not on my website, head on over to amysinklings.com if you're ready to place an order, because there's a Shop Now button in the upper right hand corner and you can go ahead and place the order now. So if you have any questions, reach out to me. I always love to hear from you. And thanks again for visiting Amy's Inklings. Bye-bye.